Well, I am back doing some reminiscing. Gonna have Norma get on here and fill in for a while. I'll try to reminisce a little bit of something I've missed. Whether it's interesting or not, that remains to be seen. It's not getting too good of a good pictures in here. The lighting, I just don't know that much about how to operate a video. Anyhow, tell you about my grandparents, both sides. Kentucky people. My great-great-grandfather, Valentine Huss, came to around the Owensboro area in 1796, I believe, the second settler in that area. He had a neighbor lived a few miles from him. He was a frontier man and an Indian fighter and liked the open spaces. He kind of resented my grandfather moving in that close to him. That Bill Smothers was the first settler in that area. And my grandfather, according to history book, the Davis County history books, was the second settler in that area, 1796. And anyhow, they become bosom friends. My great-grandfather and Bill Smothers, Valentine Huss and Bill Smothers. I've been to Kentucky several times. We've gone there researching our ancestors, genealogy, which is most people call them our roots. Had a lot of luck. Sometimes you hit a blank wall and you got to be half crazy to get into genealogy and take a lot of time. But it's interesting to find out who your ancestors were, some of their things that happened in their lifetime. But I've been back there and climbed some of my cousins on my father's side, but they're about died all off. Anyhow, I'm trying to say most of the ancestors on my dad's side real close or gone. I have found both ancestors on my father's side and my mother's side around Owensboro, Davis County, Kentucky. I say we've been back there several times. As a child growing up in Chickasha, I can remember some things, the Depression specifically. When my sister Naoma was born in 1934, there was an epidemic going around of, we just call it itch. There's different kinds of itch. We couldn't cure ours for love or money. Nearly everybody had it. And I don't know how they cured it or wore it out or what. Some called it 7 years. When we finally, my dad remembered a little antidote or whatever. And when he was a boy, he got the itch, and the whole family, his dad went out and dug up some poke root, the root, not the green. Took the roots and boiled them in water, and everybody took a bath and like that down a tub of fire, but it didn't kill it. Dad said when he was a boy, about 16, lived in a log cabin out in the country, got out of that tub of booklet, an old Worcester, number 3, whatever number it was, pretty good size Worcester. Oh, galvanized metal and so forth that people wash their clothes in and bathe in about once a month, whether they need it or not. Said he stripped naked like a jaybird, and he just went out and ran around the house about 3 or 4 times, nice and cold out there trying to cool off. But I knew what he meant when I sat down in that tub of poultry, but it cured it. It was a cure or kill, and it cured it, or kill us, so the story goes. Had a lot of fun growing up as a child. First one thing and the other. Friends. Growing up is, I guess you're up till you get into your teenage years, it's start waking up that the world's not a big picnic. It's realize it's pretty serious. My dad lost his job at the Rocktown Railroad during the price, and they laid him off according to seniority. And my mother said that's the next thing to death, losing a job, because man, you live from paycheck to paycheck. We eventually were legally set out on a curbing of next to the street, evicted for not being able to pay a rent. Right here in good USO America, land of plenty. Man's willing to work and can't get work. Of course, there were millions. He wasn't by himself, but it's terrible. I'm sure it was hard on a mother and father to not be able to find their provide shelter and food for their children. My older brother went in the Army when I was a very young boy, and my thinking of going in the Army was like going to war, and it really scared me out a whole bunch. I guess I was about probably 8 or 9 years of age. That's how much I knew about the world. In fact, as a young man, about late 18, when I was 18, I lived with my brother in Cheyenne, Wyoming for 3 or 4 months. He wanted to make me a room on his house and live out there. He sent me to school, but he and his wife, no children, to his company, three's a crowd, and there was quite a bit of bickering going on, and I didn't want to get involved in it. That's neither here nor there, but I eventually went back home and wasn't home too long. I joined the Civilian Conservation Corps, as I mentioned earlier.